We move to this story of coming from the FTC, warning U.S. tech companies that they could face action from the FTC for complying with the EU and UK regulations about content shared on their platforms. Andrew Ferguson, the new appointed chairman of the FTC, wrote to chief executives criticizing what he described as foreign attempts at censorship and efforts to countermand the use of encryption to protect American consumer data. The letter said that censoring Americans to comply with foreign powers laws could be considered a violation of Section 5 of the FTC Act, the legislation enforced by the FTC, which prohibits unfair or deceptive practices in commerce. And while the law has historically been used to prosecute misleading claims about fire safety or lending companies' hidden fees, he stated American consumers do not reasonably expect to be censored to appease a foreign power and may be deceived by such actions. Ferguson also repeated concerns widespread among conservatives that Americans have been censored and expelled from platforms for uttering opinions and beliefs that were not shared by the small Silicon Valley elite. We'll kind of not get into that discussion here. I think this one is really really significant because officials in Westminster have been bracing. That's the British Liberal government at the moment, for a clash with Vice President J.D. Vance over its online safety laws, particularly in the wake of Vance chastising European governments for attempts to regulate free speech. More extreme platforms, including 4chan, Gab, and Kiwi Farms, have to date publicly refused to comply with British regulators' regulations, and extremist ISPs in the country could be instructed to block access to those sites. So again, last week we talked a little bit about Apple's kind of win thanks to Director Gabbard over at DNI with the back door. But again, this global idea that somehow, because Instagram's American and I'm American and I criticize you, that you have access to my data is not only flawed, it has legal consequences for Instagram in the US. I'm not under European jurisdiction. I have nothing to European jurisdiction. So I can say whatever I want in America. And as long as I'm in America, I can do that. And so this censorship fight, folks, it's going to heat up, and it's going to heat up significantly